Target date funds. Okay, I've only seen target date funds offered by employer-sponsored pension plans or retirement plans. I haven't looked for them outside of that. So what they are is a vehicle that adjusts your asset allocation to a high risk when you're young and a lower risk as you get older. So this is known as a glide path. So let's say you're going to retire at 65, you're in your 20s right now, so maybe you have a more aggressive asset allocation like 90% stocks and 10% bonds. And then as you hit your 30s, 40s, and 50s, it starts adjusting the equity portion back. So from 90 to maybe 80 to 70, eventually retiring at age 65 with a 60% equity, 40% bond, for example. The year of retirement is in the name of the fund. So Retirement 2060 here by this provider, TRRLX is the ticker. So that's what you actually select or type in your brokerage account to pick this fund. Inception date 2014, it's benchmarked against this particular index. It has an expense ratio of 0.64%. So that's 64 cents for every $100 invested. Many target date funds have higher MERs or management expense ratios, 0.5%, 0.6%, sometimes even 1%. This is not terrible. I came from the 90s in the era where MERs were like 3-4% a year. So 1% or 0.6% is a steal by comparison. Having said that, there are target date funds that are much cheaper than 0.5% MER, and we'll get to that in a second. The fact sheet also has a picture of the asset allocation glide path. Blue is equity, green is fixed income. You can see at the beginning, very high equity concentration, but as the years to retirement shrink, the fixed income grows until you hit approximately 60-40. Carry on through retirement, the fixed income increases, equity decreases as you get older. This is an example of a lower fee target date fund. This one has the investor retiring at 2025. Their expense ratio is one order of magnitude lower at 0.08%. That means you're paying 8 cents on every $100 invested. The symbol here is VTTVX. So that's the ticker you would actually type into your brokerage account or to your provider to get this fund. The allocation is given here. You have the stock market, you have bonds, you have total international stock, total international bond, and some short-term instrument. The people who like target date funds are those who don't want to deal with changing their asset allocation over time as they approach retirement. They want a done-for-them solution. Keep in mind that the fees can be high, and over a career, say 30 or 40 years, it can add up to a lot of money. For example, the difference between an MER a little bit over 1 and something that's 0.08% is a quarter of your money over a career. If you were supposed to retire with $2 million, you'll have $1.5 million. So it's not insignificant. If you don't like paying a lot of fees, you might want to adjust the asset allocation yourself, but that does mean more work for you. My experience with target date funds was when I worked in corporate and the insurance companies that were providing the investments in a defined contribution pension plan or retirement savings plan offered them, but typically at much higher fees, again, 1% MERs compared to 0.08% if I was doing it myself. So make sure your provider is offering a low fee option, but sometimes there isn't any. Sometimes it's just going to be 1% across the board, if not higher. And that's more about target date funds than you ever wanted to know. Learn the lessons about money that your parents and teachers forgot to tell you. Download my free newsletter linked off the bio. Good luck. Take care.